Good day, everyone. Let's be honest for a moment. We all have goals, we all have dreams, and we all have something else in common: excuses. I'm tired. I'm too busy. I'm not ready. I'll start tomorrow. These excuses feel real. They feel reasonable. But here's the truth. Excuses don't move you forward. Action does. And the difference between where you are and where you want to be is this: will you push through, or will you back down? Excuses are comfortable. Growth is not. Excuses are easy. They protect you from discomfort. They shield you from effort, but they also steal your progress, your confidence, and your potential. Growth? That's uncomfortable. It demands effort. It requires sacrifice. But it also delivers rewards, results, progress, and pride. What happens when you push through? Every time you do something despite the excuse, you become more disciplined. You build mental toughness. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your feelings. You're not just building habits. You're building character. Real champions push through athletes. Don't train only when they feel like it. Authors don't write only when they're inspired. Entrepreneurs don't build only when it's easy. They show up anyway. They push harder than their excuses, and that's why they win. Ask yourself this today: what excuse has been holding me back? What action can I take today to push past it? Who will I become if I stop listening to my limits? Because your dreams are still waiting, but they're not waiting for your excuses. They're waiting for your effort. Your mind will try to stop you. Push. Anyway, let's start with a truth that might sting. Your mind will always try to protect you from effort, but effort is exactly what builds greatness. Have you ever noticed that the moment you decide to start something challenging, your brain starts giving you excuses? You're too tired. You can do it later. It's not that important right now. This voice is not your enemy, but it's not your guide either. It's simply the brain's way of choosing comfort over growth. But you're not here to stay comfortable. You're here to rise. Recognize the excuse loop. Excuses don't always sound negative. Sometimes they sound logical. They feel like valid reasons. I didn't sleep well. There's too much on my plate. One missed day won't hurt. But that's how habits break. That's how dreams fade. That's how goals die. One excuse at a time. You have the power to say no to that voice. Every time that voice says you can't, you have the power to respond, "Watch me." Because here's what pushing harder than your excuse means: doing the workout even when you're tired, writing the page even when you're uninspired, showing up even when you're unsure. It's not about feeling like it. It's about doing it anyway. Your breakthrough lives past the excuse. Most people stop when things get hard. Champions push when things get hard. That one extra rep, that one extra hour of focus, that one moment of courage to keep going, that's where transformation lives. Today's challenge. When your excuse shows up, and it will pause, breathe and move anyway. Even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if it's uncomfortable, because forward is forward, no matter how slow. Discipline beats motivation. Every time, let's talk about something most people misunderstand. Motivation will fail you, but discipline will carry you. You don't wake up motivated every day. Nobody does. Not athletes, not entrepreneurs, not creators, not leaders. They all have days when they don't feel like doing it, but they do it anyway. Why? Because they've trained their minds to follow discipline, not just mood. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a system. Motivation is based on how you feel, and feelings are unpredictable. Some days you're excited, some days you're drained. But discipline doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline says, we show up no matter what. That's the mindset that separates the average from the exceptional. You don't need more motivation. You need a routine. Here's the truth. If you rely on motivation to do the hard things, you'll only do them sometimes. But if you build a routine that makes action automatic, you'll do them every time. So instead of saying, I need to feel ready, train yourself to say, I do this because I said I would. That's power. That's ownership. Build habits that defeat excuses. Let's say your excuse is, I'm too tired to exercise. Create a plan that makes it easier. Set out your clothes the night before. Keep your workout short but consistent. Remind yourself, some effort beats no effort. If your excuse is, I don't have time to work on my goals, try this. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Turn off distractions. Schedule your priorities before anything else. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a non-negotiable mindset. Discipline creates freedom. It might sound backward, but it's true. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you create in your life. Freedom from stress. Freedom from regret. Freedom from wondering, what if I had tried harder? Discipline makes sure you won't have to ask that. Turn excuses into fuel and setbacks into power. Let's face it, life will test you. You'll get tired. You'll feel discouraged. Things won't go as planned. And in those moments, the easiest thing to do is make an excuse. But here's the truth. Excuses are just unclaimed power. Every excuse you make holds the energy of the thing you're trying to avoid. And when you flip that energy, when you turn excuses into action, you stop being a victim of your thoughts and start becoming a master of your life. Every excuse is a mirror. Excuses show you exactly where you're limiting yourself. I don't have time. I'm not prioritizing my growth. I'm not ready. I'm letting fear delay my future. It's too hard. I don't believe in my own strength yet. When you hear yourself making an excuse, don't feel shame. Feel awareness, because that excuse just showed you where the work begins. Reframe the story. Instead of saying, I'm too tired, say, I'm capable of showing up even when it's tough. I don't feel like it. Say, my goals matter more than my mood. I'll start later. Say, later is where dreams go to die. Change the story in your head, and the actions will follow. Setbacks aren't roadblocks, they're resistance training. What do successful people do when things go wrong? They don't stop, they adapt, they learn, they keep going. Setbacks build strength if you use them. Every time life pushes you back, use it to push forward harder. Turn the resistance into resilience. Fuel the fire, don't feed the fear. Excuses feed fear, but action feeds confidence. Every excuse you crush adds fuel to your internal fire. And one day, that fire will be the reason you stand taller, speak louder, and move bolder. Because you've been through the storm and kept walking anyway. Your environment shapes your effort. Choose it wisely. Let's talk about something most people ignore when chasing big goals. The people, places, and patterns around you. Because whether you realize it or not, your environment plays a massive role in whether you follow through or fall back into excuses. You don't become your best self in a space full of distractions. You don't develop discipline in a crowd that avoids hard work. If you're serious about pushing past your excuses, you must be just as serious about your environment. Your space reflects your standards. Look around you right now. Is your environment helping you stay focused? Or is it pulling you toward laziness, distractions, and comfort? A cluttered desk equals a cluttered mind. A phone full of notifications equals a mind full of noise. A schedule without boundaries. A day controlled by others. Want to push harder than your excuses? Start by designing a space that supports your success. People matter more than you think. Surrounding yourself with the wrong people can crush your momentum. The truth is, energy is contagious, and so are excuses. If the people around you complain more than they take action, make excuses instead of choices, laugh at your goals instead of lifting you up, it's time to protect your energy. You don't have to cut everyone out. But you do need to prioritize who has access to your time and mindset. Build a supportive circle. Seek out people who show up even when it's hard, challenge you to do better, celebrate your small wins, live the values you're working to build. You'll rise faster when you stop climbing alone. Remember, you don't have to do it by yourself. You just have to make sure you're doing it for yourself. Craft daily routines that leave no room for excuses. Your habits are the real foundation of your environment. A few small daily choices can eliminate most excuses before they start. Prepare your workspace the night before. Block time for focused work. Use timers to stay accountable. Keep visual reminders of your why where you can see them. Create an environment where the path of least resistance leads to progress. Consistency. Over perfection, the real key to breaking limits. Let's finish strong with one of the most important truths in personal growth. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Excuses love perfectionism. They tell you, if you can't do it perfectly, don't do it at all. You missed a day, so why keep going? You failed once, so you're not cut out for this. But perfection is a trap. It creates pressure, not progress. The real power lies in showing up again and again, no matter what. Small efforts add up, even on imperfect days. It's not the massive actions once a month that build your future. It's the small, imperfect actions you take every day. Even when you're tired, you're not motivated, you don't feel like it, you failed yesterday. That's the kind of consistency that separates dreamers from doers. Excuses lose power when you keep going anyway. The more consistent you are, the quieter excuses become. Why? Because momentum builds confidence. When you've shown yourself, you can. Wake up early 3 days in a row, finish small goals each week, stay on track even after a tough day, you start to believe, I don't stop because it's hard. I keep going because I've come too far. Discipline isn't about doing more. It's about not giving up. You don't need to go all in all the time. You just need to keep moving forward. Even if it's one more page, read one more workout finished, one more decision made with intention, that's progress. That's momentum. That's how you win. You're building something bigger than a habit. You're building character. Every excuse you push past is a vote for your future self. Every time you keep going, when it would be easier to stop, you're writing the story of someone who never gave up. And one day, you'll look back and realize, I didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to keep showing up. Success doesn't take luck. It takes relentless effort. Let's crush the myth once and for all. Success isn't about being lucky. It's about being relentless. The people you admire, the ones who made it big, broke through, built their dream life, they weren't just lucky. They pushed when others paused. They acted when others hesitated. They kept moving even when no one was clapping. And most importantly, they pushed harder than their excuses. You won't always feel ready. Do it anyway. If you're waiting for the perfect time, energy, or mindset, you'll be waiting forever. Real change starts the moment you say, I'm going to do this, even if I'm not 100% ready. Because the truth is, action brings clarity. Discipline builds confidence. Movement creates momentum. One decision can change everything. You don't need a full plan today. You don't need to solve your entire life this morning. All you need is one choice. Show up, start, keep going, and then tomorrow, do it again. Final push. Make a promise to yourself. Right now, make this promise. I will no longer give my excuses more power than my effort. Say it, mean it, live it. Because the version of you who refuses to quit, that's the version who wins. Conclusion. This is where the change begins. Let's bring it all together. You've learned that excuses will always be there, whispering reasons to wait, to stop, to settle. But now you know the truth. You're stronger than your excuses. You have the power to rise when it's hard, to act without motivation, to stay consistent when no one is watching, and to build a life your future self will thank you for. This journey is not about perfection. It's about momentum. It's about choosing effort over ease, growth over comfort, purpose over delay. Every step you take forward, no matter how small, is proof you are becoming unstoppable. So the next time doubt speaks, the next time comfort calls, the next time an excuse shows up, push harder, because your dream is still alive, and it's waiting for you to move.